One of the most painful things families say during serious illness conversation is this: I feel like we are giving up too soon. Or sometimes they say, what if we are not giving them a chance to live? When those words are spoken, the room often becomes very quiet because underneath those words is something much more deeper than a medical question. What families are really expressing is love and fear. They love the person in the bed and they're afraid of making a decision that might take away even the smallest possibility that the person could recover. No one wants to feel like they stopped fighting too early. No one wants to carry the feeling that they could have done more. So families sometimes postpone the decision. They say things like, maybe we should wait another day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Maybe something will change. And sometimes the medical team can feel the weight of the hesitation. But what many families don't realize is that this hesitation often comes from something that is very hard to say out aloud. It is the fear of being responsible, the fear of being the person who made the decision. Even if no one says those words directly, you can sometimes see it in their body language. You can hear it in the way the conversation circles around the decision without quite reaching it. Families are trying to protect their loved one, but they're also trying to protect themselves from the pain of wondering later if they made the wrong choice. I've sat with many families during these moments, and one thing I often remind them is this: serious illness decisions are not about choosing whether someone lives or dies. The illness is what determines that. The family is not controlling the illness. The family is responding to it. And that distinction is incredibly important. The role of the family is to help make sure the care happening around the patient reflect who the person is, what they value, what kind of life they would want. Sometimes during this conversation, someone in the room says something very quiet but very powerful. They say, I don't think they would want to live like this. And that moment often shifts the conversation because suddenly the focus moves away from the treatment, the machines, and the medical possibilities. And it returns to the person. What kind of life mattered to them? What would they say if they could speak for themselves right now? For some people, the answer might be, I want every possible treatment. For others, the answer might be, if my body reaches this point, I would want comfort. Neither answer is wrong. What matters is that the decision reflects the person. When families begin thinking about the decision in that way, the question changes. It's no longer, are we giving up too soon? Instead, it becomes, are we honoring who they are? That shift doesn't make the decision easy, but it often makes the decision clearer because the family is no longer trying to control the outcome of the illness. They are trying to protect the dignity and wishes of the person they love. And this is an act of care, not abandonment. These conversations are incredibly emotional, and many families carry the weight of this decision long after the hospital stays ends. So I'm curious about something. When family talks about giving someone a chance, what does that phrase mean to you? You can leave me a comment below. If you're navigating serious illness decision for someone you love, you may also find the other videos on this channel helpful. And if you would like help organizing your thoughts before medical decisions, the free caregiver decision guide is linked in the description below. In another video, we will talk about something that surprised many families, that DNR decisions can actually be revisited and changed.